Let's go to Marc Olson, who joins us now on Track Talk, hour number 2 here on RacinBoys. Mark, how you doing, bud?
Good, Scott. How you doing?
It's a big day for Lakeside. We're supposed to see cars running around there. How's the weather looking? And just kind of give us a scenario what looks like it's going to take place today.
Well, we're watching the radar right now, and we're getting some light sprinkles here. Hopefully the storm will split up and go north and south of us, and simply we won't have to water the track in. We'll just let the rain fall and then roll it in and go.
That's not a bad deal, really. If the rain comes in, the timing could be perfect, really. Couldn't it save you a few gallons of diesel?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
After 9 months,
yeah, no doubt.
I'm ready to roll.
We're planning on coming out there, maybe seeing you a little while. I'm kind of anxious to see how everything looks. How's everything coming along?
Everything's coming along great. I tell you, I've had a ton of support from fans, drivers, car owners, individuals that have come out and given up their time, materials, service. It's been amazing. People that want to see this place back open.
Yeah, because I know, and I'm going to say I was one of them. Hell, I don't think anybody, including yourself, really, Mark, knew what the future held for Lakeside Speedway right after that flood last year. Nobody really knew.
Yeah, if I didn't have the help that we got, the free help that I'm talking about, people joined in.
Volunteers.
Volunteers. We would not be practicing today. It may be the middle of May before we'd be back open.
Yeah.
Can you put an estimate, a number of people altogether that have volunteered to come out there and help you in one way or another? I'm not going to ask you to name names because there's a lot of people, but can you?
And I'd be afraid to name names, dropping somebody out, but yeah, on the 2 weekends, we probably had close to 50 people show up to help out. But I will say, I will name names that came out during the week after week. Lowell Christie, and I'll say his bunch of angels from Christie's Tasty Freeze that came out to help. Bob May from MC Electric, Chris and Meyer from Creative Concrete Concepts. I mean, those are some of the people that just, what do you need? We'll do it.
Man, that's unbelievable. The Christies, they are some of the greatest people, really.
Oh, I tell you what.
They really are.
Lowell and Marla are fine people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's good that you had those kind of people out there. Now, Mark, 2-hour practice, some people are saying, what? 2 hours, noon to 2? But, I think Bear said it best on our forum board when we talked about it, is that you're talking about probably 6 opportunities to get out on the racetrack and make some laps out there.
Absolutely, yeah. If you're ready to go, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, and really, to be honest with you, the track would dry up in the middle of the day anyway. You're not going to gain. Really, what today isn't trying to find speed out of your car. It's trying to find oil leaks, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think you ought to have pretty good turnout of people just come out to see how everything looks.
Well, based on the phone calls, we expect a large crowd out here.
Well, a lot of people really looking to get their Lakeside fix. All right, Mark. Well, we just wanted to check in with you.
Next Friday night, right? Opening night?
Yep, Friday 13th.
How's the nerves holding up, Mark? All right? I think that says it all right there. I think that is just a great note to end it on. But, hey, Mark, it's going to be all right. My gut tells me you're going to have a great year this year, my friend.
I appreciate that very much.
All right, Mark. Thanks so much for being on with us.
You betcha.
Thanks,
all
Mark.
Right, there. Marc Olson. I mean, really, doesn't the laugh say it all?
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you almost be out of your mind at this point if you were in Marc Olson? Just think of the whirlwind of emotions and the things that he's had to go through since last July when he got rained out. Just think about it. Everything that you've ever had financially, you've invested in this racetrack. I mean, listen, we know the history of the racetrack and the rainouts, and Mark had some tough times during those times. Right. Let's face it, we know it. We know that he had tough times because he had to cut the point fund at the end of the year. We understand that it was kind of dire straits anyway. And then you throw in, you lose an entire season, basically, last year. And then you've got the Corps of Engineers. They don't know what they're going to do. Then they don't know if they're going to open up the gates in the future. You don't know if you need to invest the money to try to get the track back open. You don't know if people are going to come out there and help you clean up. Just think of all the things. I don't even know how a guy like Mark and his wife Paige Olson could sleep at night with all the concerns and all the things, anxiety and all the things that comes with dealing with this travesty that they've had to deal with the flood at Lakeside Speedway. Man, I got to give them just praise, being able to keep their mind. Not trying to just keep the racetrack, but just keeping their sanity.
It's unbelievable.
It's really crazy.
They had an overwhelming amount of stress even before the flood with all the rainouts that they'd had in years previous to that.
Yeah, they averaged like 7 or 8 rainouts a year in the early months, and that's when you make your hay, is those early months. Let's face it, because once high school football kicks in, attendance comes down a little bit, Well,
Lakeside Speedway has always gotten a great amount of support, and without that passionate support from the fan base and the racers, I don't think there's any way Lakeside Speedway would be reopening after that devastating flood last year. But I think that just speaks to the high level of support and interest and passion that there is for Lakeside Speedway.
It is a unique facility. I will say that. It doesn't matter how much it costs to race there. People want to race there. The convenience of it being close to the metro, people want to go there. But I will tell you this year, I think that I thought about this last night, Kirk, and we'll ask the people in the chat room that are listening. I'd like to see what their response is. Again, the phone lines are open till the top of the hour, so if you want to call in, free T-shirt and hat to the next 2 callers that call in, 833-8553, 816-833-8553. I was thinking about this. Now that Valley is going to run sprint cars and then late models as well, they're going to kind of back and forth on Friday nights out. I will tell you that I think Valley Speedway, Grand Valley, Missouri, is going to put a little bit of a dent. It's not going to be a crazy amount of people are going to defect from Lakeside. But the fact is, we have a lot of dirt late model fans here. And with ULMA running, I don't know how many dates they're going to run out at Valley, but I think it's like every other week there or whatever. They're going to run the non-wing cars, the war guys there, and then they'll run the late models there, and they're going to go back and forth, and they're going to have a combination of sprint car late model deal going on out there. And you might give us a little more details when I'm done here, Kirk. But the fact is, when I grew up, and I know people of my generation, when I was growing up going to Riverside and Lakeside and I-70, for that matter, in the 80s, Lakeside, I-70, and Riverside run late models, and everybody enjoyed it. I mean, what the heck? I used to go to Riverside every Saturday just to watch Gene Claxton come from the back to see if he could, poke Larry Castor in the eye, because of the whole Gene Claxton rule. Gene Claxton was winning so much back in that time that they decided, or Larry Castor did, God rest his soul, decided that he was going to make it to where the top 2 finishers from the week before had to start dead last, no matter what they did earlier in the night. And Gene Claxton every week would roar through the field, win the race, and take Larry Castor's money. Well, when I went to Lakeside, I used to go to watch Super Joe Wallace, Terry Bivens. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of guys that, the Kosiskis. We talked about Joe Kosiski winning the national championship out at the old Lakeside. I-70, when it was dirt, late models ran out there. People in this area love dirt late models. Do they love them more than modifieds? Probably not. But there is a large contingency of late model fans that live here in the metro. And now that they can go on a Friday night, they can say, I go to Lakeside all the time. And a lot of these people don't change their habit and go away from Lakeside very often. But I got to feel that with the late models at Grand Valley, from time to time, I don't know what you think, Kirk, but I got to feel that some people are going to go from, you know what, I go to Lakeside every week. I think I'm going to go out to Valley and watch some late models.
Yeah, the ULMA late models are mostly going to run with the open wheel cars on Friday nights. The next time they'll be in action at Valley Speedway will be on May the 11th, and then about every other week.
All right, we've got the phone ringing. Let's go to it. You're on RacinBoys Radio. Who's this?
It's Harvey Wallbanger.
Harvey Wallbanger, how you doing, bud?
Good to hear your voice.
How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, man, we're doing
good. Right, ain't it?
Hey, it's good to see you. We always see you on the chat room, but
since 07, hell, I got to give Scott hell.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He likes it.
Hey, so let me ask you, you're a late model guy, right?
Oh, I'm just dirt, man.
It doesn't matter what it is, really, to you.
No.
Hey, do we know anything down in your area? First of all, how's old timer doing? How's CJ doing?
Not too good.
Not good?
Not good.
Is he
He's going
gonna
to have surgery next week.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yep.
So
Well,
is
we
that?
wish him well.
Tell him we're thinking about him.
CJ
down there.
Chevalier, the owner of Butler Motor Speedway, we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what might happen out of Butler? I mean, I hate to put you on the spot there, Harvey, but do you have any idea? Is there a chance it might open still? It's not looking good, is it?
It's not looking very good.
Yeah.
Maybe some special events later in the year.
Yeah.
Other than that, if that.
Yeah. Where are you going to go to watch the races this year?
Oh, I support Dennis Shrout. I mean, I've worked in the power sports industry for many years, and I've known him for a long time. He's just amazing guy. I mean, he finds his little niche and goes for it, and it's what he's done at Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been one of the few operators that's been able to go 2 nights a weekend. He seems to be pretty successful at it so far.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see a lot coming from Dennis in the years to come. I mean, it's just amazing what the guy has, capabilities to do.
You know what Dennis has going for him? He's a smart businessman. He understands it. He's passionate about his facility. And I will tell you, people like working for Dennis. And that, man, in this industry, Kirk, that's a big deal. People have to like working for the individual that runs a racetrack, because if not, then that whole negative thing starts rolling. That rolls over to the fans and the drivers. But it seems like everybody loves working for Dennis.
He makes about as good a business decisions.
He does. He really
any
does.
promoter that you see. I mean, strictly business decisions that seem to work out, right, Harvey?
Oh, that's correct. He's had his little goals that he's met over the years and overcame. I mean, he's just an amazing guy. He's fun to be around.
Yeah. Well, he's a good man. All right. So, what size shirt you wearing there, Biggin?
Oh, large, bad.
Is that right? Large?
Yeah.
All right. Shoot me an email. I think I've got your phone number here somewhere. But
Oh,
shoot,
you do.
shoot it to me again,
and,
would you?
And I want interest on the hat from 08.
Dude, you got to cut. What?
One time you was on the way to Devil's Bowl, and you was going to stop by on the way down and flip me a hat. I thought, wow. See, that was back in the early days of the chat room.
Yeah. Well,
You forgot about it.
I'm not perfect. I will tell
He
you.
made fun of a hat I wore at Valley one time. It was an old faded blue ragged snap-on cap. He thought, look at that old ragged hat he's wearing.
I got one for you. I got a hat for you, and we're going to get it to you. Hey, do me a favor. Shoot me a text or an email and send me your phone number. We'll make sure we get it done, okay?
Hey, no problem. Just giving you hell.
No, we need to take care of you. You're a great supporter of Racing Boys. Always
See you
have
at the
been.
Valley tonight, Harvey?
If it don't turn into a jet ski track.
If it doesn't turn into what?
A jet ski track.
No,
Yeah, well,
I
let's
think
hope
it's
not.
going to be okay. A little water will be okay in the AM. I think.
I know that.
I think we'll be
I think
okay.
It's going to do different, but that's just me.
All right, bud. All right, shoot me that number, okay?
All right, man.
All right, bud. Thank you. Harvey Wallbringer here on Racing Boys. Phone lines are still open. Hey, see David Lawson in there, longtime listener of Racing Boys. Thanks for tuning in, David. Appreciate that. The phones again are open, 816-833-8553, 816-833-8553. You see there's a toll-free number on the screen. If you need that, for some reason, if you're calling on a landline, you need an 800 number. It's 888-883-6363, 888-883-6363. A lot of eights in our numbers in there, Kirk.
Yeah.
Huh?
Seem to be.
You think that's confusing?
888-883.
883-6363. All 8s, 6, and 3s.
Or is it 833-6363?
Kirk, it's right there on the screen. Look at it. It's 888-883-6363.
That's it.
Huh? All right, we got another phone call coming in. Welcome to Racing Boys. Who's this?
Hey, this is Hollywood, Bob. I got a question for Scott and them.
All right, Bob. Hey, you're on, buddy. There's no board op here. This is a two-man operation, man. When we answer the phone, you're on the air, bud.
Hey, guys. Hey, Scott, I posted on there a while ago. Is there anywhere somebody can get online and look up or try to find pictures of the old Olympic Stadium?
Ooh. That I don't know where that would be. But I think that Bud's bride, she's on the chat room right now. She just said you need to get Bud Honeycutt's book up on the wheel. We have one of those here. If you send us an email, Bud's bride, where do you find that online, Kirk? Where do you find Bud Honeycutt's book?
I'm not sure he's got a website, but he did have a telephone number. We'll try to look that up.
Yeah.
get it to you.
We'll get it from Bud's bride. She's on the chat room. In fact, she might just put it up on the chat room here in a minute. How you could get a hold
Do
of
they
him.
still have some books in print? I haven't asked Bud how many books they've got left.
Well, he says every time we mention it, he sells some.
I'm sure he's got some.
So yeah, but that would be
appreciate it, guys.
that'd be the place. Hey, Bob, you did a good job calling that race last week, bud.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was good to see you down there. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and my girl Lauren, I think she's going to figure this stuff out, isn't she, bud?
Oh, no kidding. I think she is, too. She impressed the heck out of me the other night.
Yeah, but Mitchell Moore, he's going to be tough to beat this year again. And he won all but one. Who was – Kirk and I were talking about this. Was it Christie was the only one that won a feature outside of Mitchell Moore last year? Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah, he's just is awesome in that deal. And come right out of the box this year. It looks like it's going to be the same way.
Experience.
Sorry,
That's what
I
he's got
goofed
on
up
him,
earlier in the show, Bob. How's it look for the racing tonight down there?
I don't know. We got a lot of rain down here earlier this morning, and I was just on the radar. It still looks like there's more coming, so I don't know. It looks like it's going to be. We got a quarter of an inch so far. So
we'll look forward to seeing you down there next Saturday night. That's going to be a big show with the ASCS Warrior Region, the War, and big sprint car show next Saturday night.
And yeah,
that's going to be a big show. Tony Crank come by here the other day and was visiting, and he's expecting a big turnout for that War Series. So it's going to be, I think, see a lot of sprint cars. Good show next Saturday night.
Are they going to run the 305s too?
No.
No, 305s will be off. They'll just run the Warrior Region, War, and then your stock cars as well, right?
No, next week is just
open wheel only
sprint car show.
All sprint cars.
So it's a Warrior Region show.
And ASCS Warrior Region 360 cars.
Wow. All live on RacinBoys. How's that? Man.
That's going to be a wild night. Be a great show.
Be
Can't
good.
wait.
Okay. All right, Bob. Thanks for helping us out every time, man. You never say no. We appreciate it.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.